Lisa Barrett was nominated yesterday in our riding. We held our nomination meeting, so she is, I think, the newest candidate in the roster. And I've known Lisa for many years because she was the mayor of Bowen Island and doing such great work over there. But here's something about Lisa. Oh, by the way, she also, didn't say in this bio, but she also didn't run Green, but did run in the local Vancouver City election. She should have run Green, Lisa. Maybe you would have got in with me. But you are now, which is awesome. And she did top the polls for COPE, the Committee of Progressive Electors. So she was their top vote getter as a council candidate. She has spent her life in community organizing and social justice activism. 1999, she was elected mayor of Bowen Island municipality, re-elected for 2 more terms on council. She also served as a director of Van City Credit Union for 6 years and as a board member of the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives and other local organizations. Lisa spent the last few years working regionally with Rising Tide, Coast Salish Territories Collective, to create system changes at the grassroots level through strategic collaborations in solidarity with Aboriginal peoples. I give you Lisa Barrett.
Hello everybody, it's so great to see so many of you out here, and my goodness, these candidates are stellar, don't you think? We've got an incredible lineup. I'm just in awe, and talented too. Geez, he's a hard act to follow, let me tell you. I'm not going to sing for you. You can put your minds at rest. I'm really happy to have been nominated less than 24 hours ago. Really, the Vancouver Centre people have put their trust in me, and I'm going to do everything I can to live up to that. I have got some experience running for the Green Party. Back in 1997, I ran federally in the West Vancouver Sunshine Coast. It wasn't yet then branded Sea to Sky Country, but it was a very big area, and got to tour around that area with the All Candidates debates, during which I only talked about multilateral agreement on investment. And that was the precursor. Thanks, Elizabeth. You know, these trade agreements are still coming out as fast and furious and just as secretive as they were back in the day when the federal government was at the OECD negotiating in secret. So, and fortunately, my NDP colleague who was running in the same riding, Clark Banks, when he heard about this, the NDP hadn't even heard about it. When I spoke about this at the West Vancouver All Candidates meeting, he just committed to working with me the rest of the campaign to bring that to light. And, you know, bless his cotton socks, I think it really made a difference. We had the Liberal candidate on the run when we knew that, because immediately after that, the next All Candidates meeting, somebody asked me for my email address. So I said, just a minute, went to the recycling bin, because that's what we do as Greens, and pulled down a piece of paper to write my email address on. And it just happened to be a note from the Liberal headquarters. And it was to Phil and telling him, well, yes, there is a negotiation going on, but it's a secret, so don't tell anyone. And so I was like, well, I'll just put that in my pocket and I'll find another piece of paper. So it was really good experience, but you know, here we are again doing, you know, essentially the same thing, trying to bring to light the kind of destruction that this government has wrought, not only, you know, on our civil liberties, on our sovereignty with regards to the trade agreements that have already been signed, but they are pushing through more. And if you think that, you know, it was bad enough that the Navigable Waters Act went in to make sure the pipelines would cross, you know, any darn waterway that they pleased, this is really going to be bad news when we see what the TPP's got in store for us, where we won't be allowed to legislate anything that impedes a corporate investor in this country. So I want everybody to, you know, take that away. If nothing else, look into it and find out what these trade agreements really are about. More than that, though, I would say the dismantling, and you know, Lynn Cornby, bless her cotton socks, she's really doing what, we hope that more scientists will do. Stand up, get noisy, and start talking about the kind of policies that this government has, muzzling the scientists, left, right, and center, just decimating Environment Canada, just as they did, CMHC. There's a reason why we have an affordability crisis. CMHC is no longer investing in housing. Every other country in the developed world has a national housing program, but we don't. And they like to keep it that way. They like to keep people living in poverty, vulnerable, and scared. We need a national child care policy, and that's been pushed back for all these years. We need to lift people out of poverty that they've been placed in deliberately. I also want to take a crack at the spill that just happened and the reasons behind that. So we're looking at the Port Metro Vancouver. Just over the other side of those warehouses, you can see the huge coal piles. We are becoming the laughing stock of the world. All the ports down the coast have refused to transport the dirty coal coming from mountaintop removal in the States, but here we are in Canada, and we're quite happy to do that. So I think we need to take a look at what is our Port Authority doing? What can we do to push back against that? Because their policy trumps city policy. Now, what else do I have to say? I think that we have a lot to be angry about, really, but it doesn't mean that we can't go after those issues in a serious and concerted way, but also in a way that generates a lot of enthusiasm about it, because we need everybody on board to roll back those kind of retrograde policies that we've been watching come down on us. And I think, yes, people are poor, people are struggling, they're working 3 jobs, they don't have time to get out there and door knock for you, but every little bit helps, and I think it also helps if we have some fun about it. So I'm really pleased that we've got these fabulous candidates that have such a great energy and sense of humor, and I think that the quote that I heard yesterday was the best way to defend Burrard Inlet is to surround it with green MPs. Isn't that great? Yeah. And I want to go out with a quote because my cat's name is Emma Goldman, and Emma Goldman has this one fabulous quote. She goes, "I want no part of your revolution if I can't dance to it." And I think that's really important for us to remember. So I think we should be putting the party back in party politics. So hope to have some fun with you.